Who was Joe Gans?
Joe Gans was in my book, he was the greatest fighter who ever lived.
We have a great author here. Colleen from New Mexico knows more about us than we know about us. Colleen Aycock wrote a book. It's called Joe Gans. Joe Gans was the first African-American boxing champion.
That's right. And
how did you find out about Joe Gans?
My father knew about him. My father was a boxer in the Depression, and if you ask any boxer, any professional boxer, they know who Joe Gans is.
What era?
For Joe Gans or
Joe
any
Gans.
Boxer. Joe Gans won his title in 1902. He held it to 1908. And
so he was before Jack Johnson then?
He was before Jack Johnson. In fact, he was the mentor for Jack Johnson. And he was supposed to be in Jack Johnson's corner for the Great White Hope fight with Jim Jeffries. Unfortunately, he died and couldn't. He was so sick, he died one month after that fight.
As an author, are you surprised nothing's come out about Joe?
That's what prompted the book. I couldn't believe that there was nothing in Baltimore about the most famous boxer of that era.
Where did he train, Colleen?
He trained over here on Edding Street. You can still see the training quarters over here.
This is crazy.
His tombstone right over here. He was the most famous man in 1900. They said only the Pope had a higher celebrity.
All right, Colleen, we know about Babe Ruth. Right? Billie Holiday?
That's right.
Thurgood Marshall. Why don't we know about Joe Gans here in Baltimore?
In Baltimore, I don't know why, but very few people know about this man, but the boxers do. He was so historic. He was a good man. He was a quiet man. He was a gentleman. He's the father of modern scientific boxing. But think about it. Jack Johnson came in right after Joe Gans' reign, and Joe Gans died. Sometimes when you die young, 35, very tragically, he died of tuberculosis.
Any family?
There probably is a lineage. No one knows really how they're related. He had a son who died with the Spanish influenza, so the name was not carried on.
Well, what did your father say about Joe? Oh, yeah, I knew Joe Gans.
I watched his films as a small girl, the black and white films, the early films, because they were so popular. My father, all the old boxers said he was the best boxer there ever was. Ask any of the old boxers.
Does Muhammad know about him?
Oh, Muhammad Ali tips his hat to him all of the time. All the time. This is the father of modern boxing. And the first to win an American title in any sport, not just boxing. How about this? His hotel was the model for the Cotton Club, because Jack Johnson used to come here. When Joe Gans won the longest fight in history, the longest gloved title fight in history, 42 rounds.
42 rounds?
42 rounds. 3 minute fight, you know, in the ring, 1 minute out, 42 rounds.
Where can we get your book?
The easiest way is on Amazon.
Okay.
You know, isn't this a perfect time to sit back and read a book?
Absolutely. Colleen, I'm so glad you're doing this story here. We were supposed to have a big festival for Joe Gans, but the darn weather again.
The weather canceled.
So we'll reschedule that. I think Al Bernstein was going to come in.
Al Bernstein was going to be here. This
is a big fundraiser, right?
You know, he's just been nominated to the Hall of Fame. He won that last year, and his 30th year in broadcasting.
And we were going to have a fundraiser to raise money to build a statue for Joe.
Right, because a statue was supposed to have been built in Baltimore. It never got built until now. The work of Kevin Grace. He's trying to resurrect the memory and at least get a statue in the Great Blacks in Wax.
All right, I'm going to chase everybody to the website here at greatblacksandwax.org. Go and find out more about this man, Joe Gans. He's a legend right here. Thank you so much for writing this book and letting us know.
He's the greatest. Thank you so much for having me.
Colleen.